morning. Good morning, Malabites and Malaverses. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, friends and foes. Good morning, mommies and daddies. You're tuned into Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it ADU Infotainment. That was Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. It is the morning buzz right here on Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it ADU Infotainment. It is another beautiful Tuesday morning right here, the paradise city of Calabar, would I say in the carnival city of Calabar. How are you feeling this morning? Today is the 7th day in the month of April 2026. How are you feeling? How did you sleep? Did you have a good night's rest? It was a cold night yesterday. I don't know about you, but at my end, it was really cold. The weather was nice, and I had a very, very, very good night's rest. As a matter of fact, I woke up with a cold, right? I had to bathe hot water because of how cold I was, throughout the night. But how are you feeling this morning? Are you feeling optimistic? Are you feeling good about the day? Are you feeling, very positive about today? Let us know how you're feeling. But before then, I have the gang with me, and together we're going to ensure that you have the very best time this morning. My name is Igwe Vine, and you can call me Spice of the Airwaves, and I'm here to ensure that your morning starts off on a very informative, very educative, and of course, very entertaining note. In the studio with me is Sharon and Obi Thompson. Good morning, guys, and welcome on the show one more time. How are you guys feeling?
Good morning, Vine. Good morning, Thompson. Good morning to everyone tuned in to the morning bus there.
Good morning.
I'm okay. I'm good. Thompson, how are you feeling?
I was expecting I'm good, I'm okay. But when I was coming to the office, I was knocked down by a car, and I stood up and I ran down to the office. Yada. How come that doesn't happen?
I actually almost had.
I said, with Sharon, there's always a story. With Sharon, there's always a story.
I almost had a fight with the driver. Okay, you're driving through main gates now. You said main gate, I've paid you. Oh yeah, now God drop me. You want to carry me past the lantern because you want to beat the traffic lights. I said, God drop me. It was not like is it not drop? I want to drop you. That when you talking to me, and I said, me talking to you. I just kept quiet, anything.
Oh shit.
And I came down from the bus.
I'm waiting for the
because
day.
He used me to carry passengers. That somebody is actually rushing to go somewhere, but that's time you're taking time to park.
I'm waiting for a day that Sharon will not have an encounter or an experience on her way to the office.
But it's just simple. She needs to carry enough transportation. She needs to leave the house early.
I leave the house early now. I carry enough transportation. So that was not the problem. Oga drop me here. You want to carry me past the big traffic lights.
You need to start going around with little toffees. So when they get you angry, you give them toffees and you'll be fine.
What?
Huh?
What's that?
Yes.
Thompson, how are you doing? Please, let's
so that she will be at peace. There's this book, Men at War. So you need to be at peace. And total peace.
I'm at peace.
Okay, so
they are the ones that are
at
with her.
Yes.
With you.
Exactly. I try to avoid Bahala and drama as much as possible.
You seem to attract drama and trouble. It's a sad reality, but we're glad that you made it to the office.
Yes.
Anyway, how about you, Thompson? How are you feeling this morning?
It's good to be here this morning. Good morning, Vine. Good morning, Shasha. And good morning, Malabites and Malaverses. Just like we said, it's such a beautiful time to be here once again on the Morning Bus Show. Trust me, I'm fine. Just like you said, yeah, the night was so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And trust me, funny enough, how we had all through the night.
Yeah.
I was about. You took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I was about to ask. I was about to ask the light situation in your areas because you know that on Monday.
The 3.3 trillion naira Tinubu release, is actually having an effect because
same on the
if
release
you ask
2024.
Me, yeah, and 2025.
Okay.
And it's always 3.3 trillion. So I don't know if Mr. President is it allergic? Is it allergy they call something or kind of it's always 3.3 trillion. It's always at all times. It's always 3.3 trillion. 2024 3.3, 2025 and 2026, and it's within April, May. So we really don't know.
The thing is, at the end of the day, you guys.
But this course have actually come out to say, hey, Mr. President, you have to explain how you actually budgeted this 3.3, because since 2024 you've been talking about this 3.3, and it's always 3.
You're always approving it. We
Yes.
spoke about it yesterday when we said it's not about approving. Let us see the execution. Let's see the
Yeah, so
implementation.
that's why the Jenkos have come out to say, and also Discos have come out to say, Mr. President, we want to see how the formalities used in sharing this, the formula
3.3
used-
trillion.
Yeah, the 3.3 trillion, because it's just so terrible that for the past 2 years, and this making the third year, Mr. President has always.
We're not even talking about billion here. We're talking about trillion.
Trillion, yeah, that's 3.3 trillion. And I say we are just less than 200 million Nigerians.
Something leave that your method are big. How are you guys doing this morning? What is the life situation in your area? So yesterday I came on here to give accolade to the power holding guys, and they were like, the price is too much, so they decided to just strip me off the privilege of having lights, because
shame.
there's not been lights anymore.
I was actually scared.
After appreciating them.
After giving them a shout out,
Don't
you
worry,
guys-
let's come back. I was actually scared yesterday because the kind of lightning that was striking.
Yeah, it was
I was
really
I was
bad.
actually scared. On my class group, they were like, "Are you sure this light is up for somebody?" Because
Mm.
with the way it was like doing, I had to find where to go and like hide inside my room because
Wait,
It was a
lightning
lot.
yesterday.
yeah, it was lightning
Yeah,
before
there were lots
rain
of them.
fell.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
fast
sorry,
asleep. I did the Thompson method yesterday. I slept around 7 p.m. yesterday.
Oh my God.
See, yeah,
You
Really?
will love it.
yes, I slept around
You
7
will
p.m.
love it.
and I don't regret it, but I had to wake up around 10 to do my script.
No one I did answer me on time. Because I was actually
I
wondering.
was sleeping.
And the funny thing is, it was light while that lightning was striking. So we were actually scared. In fact, the lady that was with me was like, won't they take the light or something?
Yeah.
Because the light has been, I guess that I told you guys I left the house and it was light.
Yeah.
And that light was all through the day.
Mm.
And they took it after they took it before rain fell proper and then
Mm.
brought it back in the night again. And I was like, so I dedicated to that work.
Well, just like what Thompson said, maybe the 3.3 trillion naira is working.
It's working.
You know. let's just hope that that's the result of the 3.3 oh, Jesus Christ. Trillion.
Get used to it. This
I
time-
would try to get used to it.
So this time it's no longer 1 mil, 1 mil. It is 3 trillion. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 trillion.
Anyway, what is the life situation in your area? What is going on in your area? Let us know this morning. 0809 4444058. I'll take that again. 0809 4444058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number. Let us know what's happening. The segment of the show is called The Talk of the Town. So let us know what is happening around you this morning. Has there been an accident? Has there been any casualty? Has there been any developments? Has there been any donation or transformer? Let us know. Has there been any endorsements? Let us know this morning. 0809 4444058. I'll take that again. 0809 4444058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number. You're going to take it right here in the show. So you guys, how did your Easter Monday go? What was the itinerary for your Easter Monday? Did you guys have fun? Did you guys eat chicken? Sharon, let's start with you. What did you do during the Easter holiday yesterday, aside from work and aside being a pain in my neck yesterday? What else did you do? Oh please.
Yesterday we had fun in the office.
No, aside the office, you don't live in the office. You
Oh,
have
okay.
a family. So how did you enjoy the Easter holiday yesterday?
I came home to meet locked door and I was outside.
Sure, you should write a book.
Yes.
You should write a book.
It's be like this.
You should write a
My
book.
struggles from teenage to the 20s.
You should write, and it will be
The best.
not New York, to be Calabar South or Calabar Municipal bestseller.
Why you reducing it to this? It's the best selling in the world. Do you understand? Because
Okay,
I've
New
gone
York
through a
Times.
lot.
Mm.
I've gone through a lot.
Mm.
But
You should write a book sometime. But yeah, aside meeting locked door, what else happened? Did you eat rice and chicken?
I ate rice actually, rice and fish
Oh.
with chicken. No, not chicken. Cow skin. Yes.
That's a lot of protein,
And it had
right?
pepper
There was this outing that people went through, and so it got to my turn to actually say what I actually ate. You know, I was just wondering, everyone had this, and truly I did not eat anything. So, well, out of surprise, I told them I ate fried snake.
Jesus, it's screaming involve me.
That's involved me.
So
Thompson is a Yakar man, so I don't
I ate
expect
fried
anything
snake,
anything
not
less.
boiled, not cooked, fried snake.
Oh, they don't fry snake. They don't fry it.
They fry.
So I know.
Yeah.
But Thompson, you've actually eaten snake before.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
guys judge us for eating dog?
Dog.
I mean,
Yeah, I eat dog. I eat dogs.
Oh.
I eat pig.
Oh, Thompson.
Animals run away. Run
The
away.
only animal I've not eaten, and I don't think I will need to eat it. Should I mention?
Camel,
No.
rabbits.
Bat.
Ew, Jesus.
Thompson,
Have
Let's
you
just
eaten cat
keep us
before?
in silence.
you've eaten a cat.
Have you eaten cat before?
Thompson, have you eaten a cat?
Ah!
I'm just
We're going
asking.
to end the show
Oh my God,
now. We'll end the show now.
But do you know why I'm not going to eat bat?
Why?
But okay, you don't know why.
I don't know why. Let us know why. Because you seem to have eaten all the animals that
But
got
it looks
created.
like the
Don't
president's
eat
name.
Thompson.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez.
Okay, so let's not do
What
that,
is
right?
going on in your area this morning? There's no 0809.
Something just literally came to my head
Okay.
now. Like,
Mm.
do you know that good smells are underrated?
Goats.
Good smells are underrated, especially from guys.
I think you're talking
guys that
about me,
take out
right?
time-
I know.
Guys
I
that take out time to make sure they smell good, their fingernails look nice, their skin looks nice, and they push out the whole toxic masculinity and actually look presentable. Hair, skin, nails, smell in
Oh,
general.
you know that.
And
You know
out-
that.
I don't know where Sharon is taking us to. They carry us to go, oh, no.
No,
Oh, she will come
I
first. Don't worry. Let her
Okay,
talk.
okay.
She will.
Okay.
They give us food gist. So.
I had an instance here where
Yesterday, and probably
It's
that
not
was why the door was
yesterday.
locked. Let's
it's
go
not
to-
yesterday,
Yeah, so-
relax.
Okay.
So I passed a particular guy,
Mm.
well dressed and everything, and then the smell that greeted me was pleasant.
Mm.
And like, I just thought I was like, okay. And then I walked away because I was not
But,
in the mood.
can Africans,
I'm
can
not even to
African
talk.
ladies, be bold enough to walk up to such person and say,
Excuse
hey,
me, I do
okay.
that. I do that. I just
You
didn't
right.
have the strength
At that moment.
Yeah, I didn't have the strength.
you
at
missed
that
an
moment.
opportunity.
I think we talk so much about toxic masculinity that we didn't talk about toxic femininity. Because what Thompson just said is toxic femininity, where women feel like I cannot compliment a man.
I compliment men, no. To the
Mhm.
point you even blush. You guys, I'm telling you, I can literally, people are witness to it. I can compliment you, stand there and blush like a lady. As I
You.
do, like, and if I know that something is good, if I know you look good, I'll tell you. I will not even hide from you. I will tell you.
So all the time on the show, I have Thompson. We've never looked good.
Oh.
It is well. It is well.
Probably
It
that's
is
the
well.
reason why.
It is
it's-
well.
When
it's-
have you guys
it's-
complimented me?
It is
Oh my
well.
Out of
goodness.
free will.
It is
Oh,
well.
Yeah, I remember one.
Come
It was
on.
Thompson. Thompson said I looked good. I said thank you.
Oh, gee.
But you never
I was
told
only
him.
Thompson.
Oh, he has never looked good to you.
There's one time he wore a beat that I said it looks nice now. This is like.
Do you remember that?
I think I've forgotten that. Probably that was why they locked him outside yesterday. Sharon.
Anyway, we actually agree
was.
that it's good
Don't
to
worry.
take care of
Avoid
yourself.
me.
Yeah.
And so that you smell nice, you look good.
Yes. it's
Nobody
not-
gets
it
an
doesn't-
award for smelling like a goat.
Thank you very
Nobody
much.
gets
Because
an
I
award.
don't even understand why on a work day,
Mm.
but I hate him. You are who's it from your mouth, I know, but why? Why in the morning?
Maybe such person may have gotten a resignation letter over the weekend, or probably a sack letter. So
No. This person was properly dressed.
Regardless of on still.
This person was
that's not my
properly dressed.
problem.
It could actually show that he was going to work.
The thing is, sometimes I can not tolerate, I can excuse having body
Body
odor in the afternoon or in the evening because
Mm.
you've gone
You
through
feel
the
okay.
day, the
Yes.
heat, the sweat.
Yes, everything.
I understand, right? I cannot tolerate, but I understand. But in the morning, for God's sake, I cannot make any excuses for that. I really cannot make any excuses for that.
But sometimes people don't come back from their real homes in the morning.
Well, that's another angle. That's another angle.
Yeah. So
That's another
That's the
angle.
point. So, but even
But
at
why
that,
should
you
we
just come
suffer
back-
for your...
Wait, so if I know that I want to actually stay over the night,
Mm.
I'll be carrying my deodorant. I'll be carrying my deodorant. So that anything I know that okay, I'm taking a shower and then the next thing I'm doing is applying because I cannot have myself smelling the way that I don't like and it
Honestly.
irritates me so
Honestly,
bad.
I don't
Okay.
think people pay attention to themselves because if you pay attention to your own self, you can tell, okay, I don't think I'm smelling nice today, so I think I have to go
No,
back
I
and change.
think a lot of persons literally don't perceive that to themselves. Yeah.
Sure,
So
that's-
let's get that fact.
that's
They're not
true.
self-conscious.
Yeah, and then
of themselves.
because I also know of some persons who stay, let's say 4 or 5 persons in the same room, and then I know two of these guys who literally, I can't sit close with them, per se. But there again, I just keep wondering, how do they cope in the same room, just one single room? How do they cope all of this? So
Maybe it's best that we fed up.
yeah,
I know who Thompson is talking about,
It's
but
literally tough.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I know where this conversation is going, but you know
But
what?
let's-
I want
let's-
to get
At the end of the
I want
day,
to get this
which
salad.
Jace, please.
Just this.
Shaped. At the end of the day, take care of yourself and show that
Yeah.
personal hygiene is something that you take seriously.
Mhm.
Deodorant, you don't have to buy expensive perfumes. That's the funny thing to smell good.
All
You don't
perfumes are like
I had a
very
friend back then, back in the days, where what she does is we go to the market, get 1, 2, 3, 4, and mix it together and use
Sure,
it. Trust
sure.
me, it's always very perfect. Rather than going to get a particular one and within 2 minutes it's gone. So you need to be going around with it. And so yeah, I also had a particular lady on my street just yesterday while we're sitting gisting. She just came to say, "Hey man, I want to go here." She just got an oil pair 500, put in up and then rub, and then that was cool.
I always carry them.
I
in my
was
bag.
like, wow, that's good. That's
It
fantastic.
doesn't have to be so
You just need
expensive. You don't have to break your
you know,
bank.
yeah,
You can just
all of
smell
that.
good,
Yeah.
on the budget.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us know what you're up to this morning. 00944444058. Have you encountered anybody with body odor this morning? Let us know. Tell us what the experience is like. 00944444058.
Did it make you tear? Did it choke you?
Drive
Because
fast.
I've gone through a lot. God, speaking of driver,
Did you cry?
I did. I
that's-
had a combo one
Mm.
time. I entered the bus. The mistake I made was I sat in the front of him.
Mm.
Jesus. He was asking. I came inside the bus. Next thing, the wind from his window pushed his body odor to my face.
Mm.
And then the
I
conductor
perceived
supplied.
it. No, they also conductor. So
Oh.
the next thing he now
You're
turned, I
lucky.
was like, "Your money." As he turned, I opened his mouth. I was like, Jesus Christ! I gave you the money and turned.
Did you get your change? It wasn't
Did
bad
I get
enough.
my change?
If you got your change, it wasn't bad enough.
I can't remember, yo.
You got your
But
change.
I know, like, it literally choked to the point. When I got to school, I had to tell my friends, I was like, Jesus, I've gone through a lot. Like, and then Calabar is a place that I really love this place because people actually take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And we don't give credit for that enough. And that's why when someone smells, it's very elaborate.
Mm.
It's very elaborate. Like when you
It's
enter a bus,
noticeable.
you can enter a bus where you like perceive different people's perfumes, sweet perfumes, and then somebody comes in with another contrast. Everybody will feel it. Everybody will feel it. So please take care of yourself as much as possible.
But do you know
Wow, sick.
one thing? It's there's one thing I witnessed back then in school during exams period. I have this particular person who deliberately wants to do this just so you don't sit close to him during exams.
Excuse me, what?
Wow, that is so petty. As in,
No,
disgusting.
like,
That's petty. That's detrimentally petty.
Oh my god.
Okay. Let's
That
leave
is
it at that.
detrimentally petty.
Let's leave it at that.
Anyway, we're going back to the music at this point. When we come back, we're going to move to the weather focus segment right here on the Morning Buzz. I hope that you're having a very good commute to work, to school. The public holiday is over, but I know that some people are sitting in their beds right now.
Yeah,
So
I have a lot. A lot
They've
of
taken
people
extra
stand.
one more day
Stand up
to
from
add
the
to
bed.
the public holiday. So
Yeah.
please go to work,
Go
go
to
to
work.
school. If not,
Don't take sick leave. Go to work.
go to work.
Yeah,
'cause
I
some people-
noticed the vice chancellor was in school yesterday.
Oh wow.
He was in school yesterday. On Friday, he was also in school.
Speaking of leading by example, I love it. I
That's
really
nice.
love it. Anyway, we are going back to the music and I'll push play to Training Season by Dua Lipa. When we come back, we're moving straight to the weather focus segment right here on the Morning Buzz. Do not move away from your radio set. We'll be back before you know it. watching. Welcome back from that short music break. Time check is 55 minutes past the hour of 7. It is the morning buzz right here on Unico 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment. 360 we love to call it Edu Infotainment. Right now, we're moving straight to the next segment of the show, which is the weather focus segment. Like I said earlier, today is Tuesday, the 7th day in the month of April 2026. Now, today will be warm, humid, and mostly cloudy with a high chance of rain and thunderstorms, especially later in the day. Now, the morning from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., we have temperatures ranging from 24 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius. The weather conditions will be cloudy with light showers possible. Rain chance is going to be around 30 to 40%. Now, the practical tip, carry an umbrella if you are stepping out early. Showers may come in brief spells. Now, in the afternoon from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., temperature will range from 29 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees Celsius. Now, the weather condition will be warm, humid, and unstable with thunderstorms likely. Now, the rain chance is around 60 to 70%. The practical tip is heat plus humidity will make it feel hotter. Stay hydrated and expect possible delays from rain. Now, in the evening from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., temperature range from 25 degrees Celsius to 26 degrees Celsius. The weather condition will be cloudy with lingering showers or thunderstorms. The rain chance will be around 50 to 60%. Now, the practical tip, roads may be wet. Plan your movements early. On the general summary, temperature all through the day range from 24 degrees Celsius to 33 degrees Celsius. Now, the overall rain chances, we have moderate in the morning, high in the afternoon and evening. Overall, expect a wet and humid day with thunderstorms in some parts of the city. General advisory, keep an umbrella or raincoat close. Stay hydrated due to the heat. If you have outdoor plans, consider flexible timing because rain may disrupt activities. And there you have it. That is a weather forecast for you today. Ensure that you plan your day accordingly. Ensure that you carry an umbrella or a raincoat or whatever thing that keeps you protected in the rain. Ensure that you go out with it because it's going to rain today. We have around 60 to 70% of rain chance in the afternoon. So if you're going to be outdoors, ensure that you carry an umbrella, you carry a raincoat, or better still stay indoors. If it's not so important, don't go outside. That is what I would tell you today. If it's also important, don't go outside because there's something I always think about. For me, no matter how much I carry an umbrella or something, I don't feel comfortable in the rain. No matter how covered I am, except maybe I'm in a car. But if I'm carrying an umbrella or wearing a raincoat or something, I don't still feel comfortable because the cold, the wind, it makes me very, very uncomfortable. So if you can avoid outdoor activities, ensure that you do that. If it's not so important, please do not step out. And I beg you.
Yeah, so that's it, And then just yesterday, the weather was looking very, very, very lovely. As at morning time until it got
It was
to
still
evening.
hot too.
It was looking at it. It was,
It was too
so
hot.
the afternoon was really terrible.
Mm.
Yeah, the afternoon hours during that carnival parade, Thanksgiving parade, and all of that. So I think today, just like we build out, you have to be very safe. That's more important. You have to prepare yourself properly. Just so you don't fall a victim of any circumstance. Usually when it's raining season like this, a lot of big boys in the city, use their cruise missiles, to distract a lot of single human beings in the street. So please, you need to be very safe out there. If you're going out, you need to prepare yourself just so you don't fall a victim of any circumstance. Election year, it's up next, and then a lot of preparation from dubious elements in our society and a lot of crimes, will be increased. So you need to stay safe and be wise, be smart, and vigilant. Yeah, at all times.
Well, be vigilant and be wise, just according to the words of the famous Thompson. Anyway, that's much can take on the weather focus segments this morning. We're going back to the music. When we come back, Bobby Thompson will take us through the exchange rate this morning. I'll leave in the hands of praise. This one says rich and famous. Do not move away from the radio set. We'll be back before you know it. FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course entertainment. 360, we love to call it Edu Infotainment. My name remains Vine Henshaw. We can also call me Igwe, and I also have Sharon and Obi Thompson right here in the studio. And right now we are moving to the next segment of the show, which is the exchange rate segment. So we need to stay updated on the current exchange rates. Now, Thompson, take it away.
Okay, so right away, welcome you to this particular segment. I really love this segment so much because
It involves money.
It involves money.
It's a nice segment, I cannot lie.
So if you want to send money, if you want to send money to me, if you want to send money
Send
to
in
Vine
pounds.
or Sharon,
Send
please.
Currency.
Currency. Pounds. You need pounds. Okay, so right away here, don't forget that Buhari promised $1 to a naira, and then Tinubu came and said, I am going to double up. But currently, it is not really the case. But for you out there, don't forget that $1 today.
Double up could mean something else. Now you go reason now.
Mm.
Yes, double up could mean
Times
something else. Can still be suffer. You don't know. You made excuses for him. See?
Okay, don't worry. All right, so okay, so naira to $1 today is about 1,379 naira. So it's to $1. So right away here, so if you want to go buy something and you say, hey, I want to get this in so much money, so it's so much money for you to get. And so to euro, I'm talking about euro, it's gonna be 1,821 naira. So just that's interesting. Very big money. Very big money. Okay, so to Europe, particularly it's 1,589. Sorry, yeah, that's to euro, and so to British pound. Okay, to British pound is 1,589 naira to a British pound, just £1. And then to United Arab Emirates is just 375. And so a lot of persons are actually talking about let's talk about Chinese yuan to naira. So a lot of persons are saying, let China take over. China has a lot of economy. This is that. This is this. This is that. Oh my goodness. So guess what? 199 naira. I wish we can just have $1 at this rate. Trust me, it's going to be so perfect. They're going to be so lovely. Things are going to be so cheap. Yeah, so I love this song that says
dreams to come true. From 1,300 and something naira to 200 naira.
Okay, so this particular one, they say, to everything is only Canada that is helping us. Canada this, Canada that. Yeah, so naira to Canada, currency is just talking about the Canadian dollar is 991 naira. So you can imagine that. Okay, so Australian dollar to naira is 947 naira to an Australian dollar. Okay, so right away here, before we go, don't forget that we're still going to be talking about a little of most of African countries here. For instance, we have Ghana cities. Ghana cities to
naira.
dollar to naira, it's just 11 naira. Just 11. So it means our currency is one of the biggest currency in Africa that doesn't make any sense. Doesn't have any value at all. To $1. It's so giants of Africa. Don't forget.
In population.
In population.
You guys always forget these things.
Okay, so let's leave it at that. Don't forget that South Africa rand is just 17 naira. Just 17 naira to $1 and all of that. Okay, so I think that's pretty much what we're doing. Don't forget Ethiopia bear, is just 157 naira to $1. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're doing on the exchange rate segment of the Morning Boss Show. Don't forget that if you want to send money, I think I'll go with the
pounds.
The pounds.
The way Sharon is just so drawn to pounds. Okay.
But I'll go with dollar. Because dollar, it's so powerful.
No,
it's globally acceptable currency.
Well, you guys can argue about whatever currency that you will never get on the show. Anyway,
no, we'll get it though. No. We have Mr. Casey.
What do you mean?
Don't worry, Mr. Casey is there. Mr. Casey will definitely surprise us.
Don't
worry.
Sorry,
we'll have a lot of persons.
Sorry.
Like how do they call it? Lakashera. You see Lakashera?
Like a what?
You see Lashera. How do you call it? The guy will give us food now.
La shine.
Oh my.
Food and dollar.
Wait,
No,
now
it's
they
okay.
can convert it. To
To
To dollars. Anyway, that's much can take on the exchange rate segment. We're going back to the music now. When we come back, we're going to move to the people and culture segment where we're going to learn about culture this morning. I'll leave in the hands of Higher Style. This one says, as it was. To number 4 for the radio sets, we'll be back before we know it.
Is it not national holiday?
Oh, yeah. That was As It Was by Harry Styles. It's still the morning buzz right here on Unique 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment. 360, we love to call it entertainment. Right now, I know I said people and culture when before I went on the break, but let's talk about the national holidays we have first before we move to the people and culture segment. The first national holiday we have is Pet Health Insurance Day. Pet Health Insurance Day. And I think veterinary medicine is something that is not taken seriously in this part of the world. I mean, we insure our health. Lots of Nigerians do have health insurance, but they fail to understand that their pets also need health insurance because I mean once in a while you need to visit the veterinary doctor. You need to give your pets medical attention. So it's important to also ensure your pet's health. I mean, in this part of the world, we are not very much. Although I'm beginning to see how people are more intentional about their pets. I mean, I heard of a story. A friend of mine was narrating how his friend was traveling and did not intend to carry his pet along. It's a cat, so he decided to get a cat sitter, someone that would take care of the cat in his absence and pay for the service. Yeah, people are becoming more intentional about their pets. So I mean, you can take that a notch further by ensuring that you insure their health as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, we have World Health Day. We're talking health today. Today's World Health Day, and we're not going to talk about the World Health Day so much because we have guests in the studio, and when we move over to the health and wellness segment, we're going to talk more about the World Health Day celebration today. So that's much can take on the health and wellness segment right here on the morning bars of Unique 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course entertainment. 360 we love to call it entertainment.
But fine. I don't know. Talking about the insurance, pets insurance day. I don't know.
I was expecting it, but
I have snake to actually as a pet.
But the thing about that is you have to insure your life first before you insure the snake. That is it. Because there's a possibility that you will die before the snake.
I don't even get the point. See, there are wild animals, they are domestic. They taught us in primary school. basic science primary school. There are wild animals and then there are domestic animals. And the wild animals, they stay what? They stay in the forest, right?
Mm.
And then
Pets.
domestic animals, animals that stay in the
Now
house.
you
I can
could tell me the
pets,
pets you are
right?
looking for house. It's my
Because
pet.
we just come and
I'm not
I don't like
against
dog. You don't,
result in that
okay, you don't
will
like
cause
cats.
Mm.
And I like cats.
Cat is
And
a
cat
pet.
is a pet
Mm.
that I want, right?
Yes.
So what of those who keep lions as pets at home?
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
The people that keep lions at home, are they poor people? The ones that you've seen so far, are they poor people?
lions, tigers.
Are they poor people?
Those who keep dogs at home, are they poor people?
What do they?
Yes,
They
most of them
are not
poor.
though.
Jesus, they
No,
should.
no.
They're so-
Do you know how
Yes.
expensive it is to take care of
Shit.
dogs?
Which dog? Dog that you're allowed to roam
they are-
around.
No, not those
no,
ones.
it's
oh.
not those.
Not those
Okay, if it's not
breeds.
okay.
What else we are talking about?
Okay.
They're actually other
those-
breeds that they
They-
If it's
require
not
care.
sophisticated
Not the
breed,
types
yes.
of not the types of dogs in my street. Those ones they only walk in the night.
I think
and
they call
pick
them,
dogs
the species
with-
is Africana. Also, Africanis, sorry, Africanis,
Okay.
that's the species.
Mm.
Don't even
Because
go there.
there's some dogs I see, I'm like, the owner, you don't get food to chop. You too, the dog, you don't get food to chop. Wait, since all now they do.
So no hope.
No hope for both of them.
Renewed hope.
So now you can tell the person's economic and financial state by the dog.
By the dog.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
fine. Don't
Imagine
drag
having
our
a
landlord.
husky
Don't
or.
drag our landlord.
Come on, you guys are.
Yeah,
Yes, you
an
have money.
Eskimo,
You have money.
Yeah.
Not the other. Mozart, what did you call it?
There's already one launching around Unical. I don't know who owns that dog.
And that one, the leg is broken.
So you even know it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. By their dog, you shall know their financial status. It's that's as simple as that.
But see, if you're getting dog, please don't get the one that don't look and be like, hey, this one don't get money at all. It's packages everything now.
There are dogs you
everything.
see, and you know that the owner is just keeping it for 404. In the next few months, you don't enter pots. Yes, that is it. That is it. Well, anyway, that's so much can take on the health and wellness segment. I'll push play to Lose Control by Teddy Swims. The number away from your radio set to be back before you know it.
I can't believe I got that right.
What? education, information, and of course, entertainment. 360, we love to call it infotainment. You still have your favorite voices live on the radio via Hencho, that's myself. We also have Obi Thompson and, of course, Sharon right here on the show. And right now, we're moving to the next segment of the show, which is the People and Culture show. People and Culture segment, rather. This segment is where you learn about different cultures all around Nigeria. I mean, from food, dance, costumes, you name it. We learn about everything culture right here on this segment. And today, Sharon has something very interesting to shout to us this morning. So, Sharon, take it away.
Yes, I'm excited to dish out this one to everyone. So today we're going to be dealing on the history behind cornrows. Cornrows are more than a hairstyle. They are a living archive braided into the scalp. Each line is sentence, each pattern is story. To those people that feel like you're just doing weaving, there is deep.
It's a sign of being broke.
It's not a sign of being broke.
That's what I heard. No, this is not me jumping into conclusion. That's what I heard.
Yeah, those people that say that they are all back. Is a sign of,
being broke. Yes.
There's,
But that's not true.
It's true.
It's not
You look
true.
beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you are actually carrying an ancient heritage. So let's look into the ancient origins. Cornrows trace their roots deep into Africa as far back as 3000 BCE. Some of the earliest visual evidence comes from carvings and sculptures of the ancient Egypt civilization, where individuals were depicted wearing neatly braided robes close to the head. Across the continent, similar styles appeared in regions like West Africa, where hair became a canvas of identity. The cultural significance in Africa. In many African countries, cornrows were not just about beauty. They spoke a language. Among groups such as the Yoruba people and the Fulani people, braided patterns could indicate age, marital status, social rank, religion, tribe, or lineage. A skilled braider was like an artist and a storyteller rolled into one. Hair became a social map. Now, during slavery, during the era of the transatlantic slave trade, cornrows took on deeper meaning. Enslaved Africans braided their hair tightly, not only for neatness but survival. Some historians suggest that certain patterns were used to map escape routes, hide seeds or grains for sustenance. Here, cornrows became quiet acts of resistance, whispers of freedom woven into hair. In modern culture, in the 20th century, especially during movements like the Black Power movement, cornrows emerged as a bold symbol of pride, identity, and resistance against Eurocentric beauty standards. Today, cornrows are globally recognized and worn by celebrities, athletes, and everyday people. Influential figures like Allen Iverson helped bring this style into mainstream fashion, blending heritage with modern expression. Cornrows are not just braids. They are a historical record, a cultural identity, a symbol of resilience, a form of art. Each row carries memories, each pattern holds meaning, and together they tell a story that refuses to fade. So, if you think you're just doing all back, you're not just doing all back. If I implore everyone listening to me to go for that and actually read on the history of cornrows because it holds deep ancient meanings. They were what the slaves used to map out routes. You see how intricate the styles are, how complicated some styles are.
Yeah.
They were used to map out the cornfields, basically. And then most of the time they would braid in grains of rice so that they can use it to survive for the period of time when they try to escape from the cornfields they were in. I'm so glad that we have 2 museums that can actually tell the story of the slave trade then. As far back in Old Calabar. So there's one in Marina Resort and there's another one
Old Residency.
Close to Finger Park. So basically, I need to take time to appreciate cornrows. You're not just doing all back. You're not just doing
money.
exactly. You're not just doing all back, or you don't say you want to add attachment and then make it look fine. You're not just doing cornrows.
So Sharon, thank God you're a lady in this conversation.
Yes.
Now let's say you have so much money. Would you do cornrows? Be honest with yourself.
Honestly, I do hairstyle Yes, I would. I actually
Don't
did it last.
be a politician in
Sorry.
this conversation.
I
It's
would.
a yes or no answer.
I did it recently.
I said when you have
it.
so much money, as
Yes,
in.
I
But when I
would.
say money, I'm talking about the that's the name follow and show a lucky jack kind of money.
Yes, I would.
You
actually.
would.
I would.
Let it be on record that Sharon said
said.
when
Quote
she
me for
has
it.
money,
See, I've done it.
when
like
she becomes a
countless
billionaire,
times.
she's
You
going
know-
to be doing cornrows.
You know, there's something
It's
that
on record.
there's something. I actually had this like cultural exposure to this particular thing because when I was little, in secondary school they would tell us to do mostly weaving than all these.
That's because you're forced to do that.
Yeah,
They
we were
that
forced to do that basically.
uniform.
And I didn't like it because then I was living around Yoruba people, so and Yoruba people, their hand is strong. Like when I say they can plate your scalp, join the hair that you're doing, and then my scalp is very soft, so I didn't like weaving at all, and I called it weaving. I didn't like weaving at all. Say Patewo and Biz, Evelyn King, and all those styles. I did not like it at all. I preferred you twist my hair and let me rest. Then what was now a threaded hairstyle. I dreaded all these hairstyles, but then growing and loving history, loving like diving deeper into African roots and origin, I discovered that there's something like it's something more than weaving. Okay. And then when I read the story about how slaves actually used that to survive, tears rolled down my eyes that day because I was trying to relate to the pain, the excess pain they must have felt, trying to be free, trying to get at least a glimpse of freedom. And then this was one of the things that helped them, get this freedom. So basically,
this is something about them mapping routes.
Yes.
Escape routes on
Exactly.
their head.
Those complicated hairstyles, they were mapping routes through the cornfields. So you see how complicated it is. Those were routes they used to escape. So I appreciate the hairstyle, whether it's all back or not.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, beauty is beauty. Cornrow, thread, whatever it is. If you're beautiful, you're beautiful at the end of the day. Anyway, that's much can take on the people and culture segment. We'll get back to the music. When we come back, we're going to move to the health and wellness segment. I'll leave in the hands of Davido, the caveman, and Angelique Kidjo. This one says, Namani, do not move away from the radio set. We'll be back before you know it. compromise because we know how
Yeah.
alternative sound is. When it starts getting traction and recognition, they tend to compromise. So we hope that the cavemen do not compromise.
Let me
What-
sound the way it is.
Yes, we love them just the way they are. It's still the morning bells right here on the 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course entertainment. 360. We love to call it a do a 14 minutes. Time check is 32 minutes past the hour is 8. And right now we're moving to the next segment of the show, which is the health and wellness segment. And today we'll not be doing it all by ourselves. We have an amazing and interesting guest in the studio. She's actually not a stranger to Unicorn 103.5 FM. We have a Defon in the studio this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay.
Happy is that?
For the rest. Thank you. I wish you the same.
This struggle of medicine and medical college and the Lord is your strength and muscle.
Amen.
Anyway, today is World Health Day, and we're going to talk a little bit about general health this morning. So today's the theme rather for this year's World Health Day is Together for Health, Stand Together with Science. Together for Health, stand together with science. Now, as somebody in the medical field, how do you resonate with this thing?
Okay. So this thing is quite important in this age and time because we need collaboration. Like before anything can be done, collaboration is very important. So in as much as there are drugs to treat diseases, the hospital is available, we still need collaboration to be able to prevent some things from happening. So we need collaboration down to the local government chairmen, the paramount rulers, the churches, the priests, the every religion, anywhere where you find yourself, we actually need collaboration there. So it is important that across all boards we are collaborating to promote well-being, promote health.
Well, amazing. It's good that you're collaborating with everybody because at the end of the day, health concerns everybody in church, in the mosque, in the market. Everybody needs proper information about health. Now, how does misinformation affect public health? Because if there's anything that people are always misinformed about, it's about health. There's always a lot, and you would think that because of the access to internet and proper research, people would know better. But there's a lot of misinformation about health. You tell somebody, take paracetamol when you're having leg pain, take this when you're having that, and it's detrimental to public health. So what are some misinformation that you have encountered as somebody working in the health sector?
Okay, one of the most popular one is that there's a cure for diabetes. You can take a herb, a particular herb. You can take this. You hear in the advertisement, the jingles when they're walking around. Oh, this works. It will cure your diabetes. It will cure. Usually, and the people say, oh, how can you say there's no cure for diabetes? There must be a cure. Usually we say, okay, you take the drugs and you keep your blood sugar level controlled. So we don't parrot that there is a cure for diabetes. You keep your blood sugar controlled, and that to prevent subsequent problems from occurring, because that blood sugar level is controlled. So you see people that have diabetes usually will come down with a leg ulcer, a wound in the leg, and then because the sugar level is high, it can't heal. That leg cannot heal properly. And so they are trying all forms of method, herbs, this, that, and before you know, the leg, the wound progresses, expands, and then that leg has to be amputated. So to prevent that, and amputation is not a nice thing. Nobody wants to lose their leg. Nobody wants to walk like with one leg. But then if we are able to keep the blood sugar level, you can tell them, oh no, there is no cure with a herb. Just at least for now, keep on taking your blood sugar level drugs. Do what you should do to keep your blood sugar level low, and then you can avoid that amputation. You can avoid losing your eyesight because diabetes also affects the eyes, can affect the brain to stroke. So you can avoid all that. So there are a lot of misconceptions too, even about breast cancer. Yesterday I was out with my friend and she showed me somebody said, oh, this particular brand cures stage 4 breast cancer.
Stage 4. Has the CEO seen that?
Yes. So
She's in the brand.
so it's so scary. So and you know that when people are sick, usually they are desperate for help.
Very true.
So you are prone to believing anything. You just want to say, okay, like in this time and age, like in the hospitals, in the churches, in the malls, anywhere in the market, if you notice, oh, your friend is sick, just ask them to be able to seek proper, credible information from the doctors, from the pharmacies, referrals. Like in the primary healthcare centers, we don't have enough, and they are not well equipped. That's why we have a lot of like downpour in the tertiary institutions, tertiary hospitals. But like then now, if the primary healthcare center says, oh, we can't handle this case, they refer. General hospital, they see that's the secondary healthcare center, they cannot handle, they refer. So all that is like, we need it. We need people to know, oh, if something has happened, early detection, so many things can be stopped, prevented from going further by early detection, early arrest. You can just stop it early. So that is one of the misinformations that we have across. We have affecting public health, and then so it will affect like poor health outcomes. People are losing their limbs. Nobody wants to lose their limb. Nobody wants to have a stroke, and then like post stroke recovery, they are not healing properly. They have like a limp and all of that. So it's important that we break down that misinformation. They are able to get like trusted sources of information from credible sources.
Okay, so I'm glad you actually mentioned credible sources, because now we are in an age where everyone wants to like create content, everyone wants to come online and say whatever they want to say, and then they just go, they don't know how it adversely affects people. So I wanted to know, how can individuals identify credible health information? Because there's a lot of things that goes out as information, a lot of things that are very, very biased. There's one thing I heard something about a serum, a syrup that cures hepatitis B, and I had to stop, and I was like, this was going out to everyone in the market, and those people at the marketplaces would be like, okay, let's actually get this, maybe to cure my hepatitis B or whatever. So how can individuals actually identify credible information? The people, the layman, the ones that don't have access to health information, so how would they identify credible information?
Okay, so we actually need everybody to be on their toes and be wary. So usually I can't say, oh, everybody has access to smartphones. A lot of people do not have access to smartphones. So we have to start like from the ground level. Radio talk shows like this, the community town crier, the paramount ruler, okay, hepatitis, there's no cure for that. You have to get vaccinated to be able to prevent. And if you've had any exposure to it, they'll just give you like supportive treatments where they prevent the symptoms and the signs that are already there from getting worse. So you should be able to just spot out fake information.
Well, don't you think, sorry to cut you, don't you think sometimes coincidence has a way of manipulating these things? Now, let's say you have hepatitis and, somebody gave you a particular concoction, and maybe coincidentally, maybe your body, I don't know, but something happens and, it's seeming as though that thing is working. And that's how this misinformation now spreads, and people are now saying, it worked for a different, it works for fine, it can also work for me. So I think how do I structure this question now? In that case, what would you say, should be the best way to go about it?
Okay, so your immune system is so, in the case of hepatitis, your immune system is so powerful. So usually, it is your immune system working, not usually that drug, not usually that concoction that you're taking for hepatitis. So you should just know, I feel sick, my eyes are yellowish, this is not usually how it used to be. You go to your pharmacist, and your pharmacist can tell you, okay, this one is
greater than me, you have to go to the hospital, they refer you to the hospital. You go to the healthcare center and they are treating malaria, but the malaria is not going. Oh, this one is not malaria again. You have to go to the proper institution where you will get this thing.
Okay.
Care, yes, proper care. So we just have to be more on our toes. I went to a church and the pastor was like, "Oh, I'm praying for you, but make sure you are taking your diabetic drugs, your anti-diabetic drugs." So like that is very important. You can't be on the pulpit where you know your congregation believes almost everything you say from your mouth to say, "Oh, I'm praying, and there's a cure. There's a cure for that disease." No, you have to pray and also tell your people, "Oh, make sure you are adhering to your doctor's instructions. So you are going to the hospital, you are confirming from a qualified healthcare professional."
Okay, I think furthermore, this brings me to this particular question that has to do with myth and misconception that a lot of persons generally have about health care provisions, as the case may be. So let's quickly look at consider some of the myths and misconception that you have generally witnessed or probably heard, or probably want our listeners out there to be aware of when it has to do with this particular talking about the theme for this year, Together for Health. Start with sense and explain and all of that.
Okay, so most of the commonest ones is I've taken my anti-malaria drugs. 2 days later, I feel better. I'm done. I'm not continuing because I'm okay.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of them who do that.
A lot of
So why did you now look at me when you said
Yeah, I'm looking at so I think Vine is that one person that that you feel healthy.
I was actually guilty at some point, but when the malaria came back in full force, they don't tell me.
Oh, so really pass another person.
They don't tell me to finish it.
Yes, you have to complete that course of treatment.
So I think that becomes a very huge problem, especially to Vine and Charles. Yeah.
Because
they don't complete their doses.
You have to.
Okay.
You have to complete the doses of the drugs they prescribe for you, so that you don't build antimicrobial resistance. That's the number one cause. Because how can somebody be receiving antibiotics? Let's leave anti-malaria now. Antibiotics, and it's not curing it because that microorganism has gotten stronger. Resistance. It's like, oh no, this one cannot shake me because you took the drug the first time and did not complete it. So it's very important that we complete our doses so that we can reduce the burden of having to produce more antibiotics. It's not easy to go to the pharmacy, to the healthcare industry and say, okay, let's look for another drug that will overcome that microorganism that's become super stronger than
And I
drugs we
heard
have.
that the stronger the antibiotics, the more effect it might have on the person taking it. How true is that?
It all depends on what they're treating.
Because I know of someone that the person's body has become so resistant to antibiotics that it has to be an extremely strong one. And it always comes with headache and body pain whenever this person takes antibiotics.
That's the issue. So like the body has built resistance, the microorganism there has built resistance over time. Like there's methicillin resistance, staphylococcus aureus now, where the normal methicillin does not work. So you will now be looking for stronger drugs, vancomycin, all those other big, and they're expensive. It's not like they're even cheap. They're expensive, so they're increasing cost and burden, like increased burden for the healthcare and for the patients too. So we actually need to be completing our doses. Those are the common ones that people are so guilty. People are so guilty about it, and also thinking for viral things like HIV, hepatitis, that there is a cure. Usually those things you take drugs over time and you keep the viral load low for HIV. You keep for hepatitis, you go back and do a test and be sure that the you've converted, your immune system has worked and over time you've gone back to there's a term, I call it seronegative, seropositive, there's a term, but so for all those viral things, usually viruses is so hard to find so usually your immune system is the one working.
So no, don't worry, Shara, Vine, before you come in there, I think there's these particular issues in communities where a lot of communities prefer their native kinds of treatment rather than the medical terms or sciences that we have. Why do you think this is really prevalent in most of our communities?
Okay, so that's low trust in science. They don't have trust in science at all. They're just like, this one works better than the Western thing. So research, what we can do to confirm that works is research. we have to be able to have the government pulling money inside the laboratories, making sure the med lab scientists are there and then they are working on and seeing that actually works. But then there's nothing to prove that works. So you're just working on, oh, it worked for that person. Let me try my own. It worked, and you never know. Your immune system could be the one working and not usually that thing, and then you are attributing it to that thing. So what healthcare people do is to work with research-based information. What they're telling you, is that they've tried it over 1,000 people and it has worked. So that you can trust that one than for just, I heard it worked on this person and just one person, and for you now you can be there and it's not working. And it progresses to something worse. Let's say like diabetes, the ulcer in that leg does not heal, it gets worse because the sugar level is high, it's not coming down. That wound will not heal. And the next thing is the stroke, the next thing is the diabetic coma, and it just gets worse. So you have to trust the one that they've done research for and said, okay, we are telling you it works. We've tried it over in 1,000 people and 9,999 people came out and they worked for them. So that's the one. Evidence-based information is what we work with in healthcare.
Evidence-based information.
Just like this year's theme says, together for health, stand together with science. Now, what are some of the importance of science in healthcare decision making? Because science is very, very important in healthcare. As much as I believe that we're not as advanced as we should be in science when it comes to healthcare, but so far so good. What we have now, what are the importance of science in healthcare decision making?
Okay, so I will just do a quick backstory. So before, when they used to do childbirth, they used to the doctors used to the midwives used to participate in childbirth process of assisting the woman to give birth. They would be in the autopsy room doing autopsy on dead bodies, and then they would come to receive the child, or maybe do a cesarean section if the childbirth process was not progressing. So they now noticed that the women will deliver the baby, but the women will be dying, the babies will be dying, and they're like, okay, what was happening? And it was because of cross contamination. They now realized, oh no, that when we are delivering a baby, childbirth, that place has to be clean. Yes. You have to be sterile. That place has to be clean. The environment has to be a clean place so that you are not bringing germs, microorganisms from a dead body to a person that is alive. You want them alive even after they've given birth. So that is one of it. You've seen that, okay, the importance of cleanliness in the hospital. Cleanliness when you are inside, wherever you are, cleanliness is important to sustain the patient. So that is important. Also, science has now made us see, okay, the importance of the principles of asepsis. That's what we call it. It's like making things sterile, avoiding cross-contamination. So science has done that. We are now able to see people live longer because of that. Now vaccinations too. There's a malaria vaccine now available, and then when babies go to the hospital, their mothers take them to the hospital, they are able to get vaccinated. That's science. Before, 3-5 years ago, there was no malaria vaccine. So we don't have to be anti-vaccinations. That is one thing that has really blown my mind. And most of the reason why people are anti-vaccination vaccination is because the vaccine that people have been taking for years has rolled over the effect of the diseases that were there before the vaccines came.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? So now that the vaccines are there and available and the diseases have stopped, people are just we don't need the vaccines.
We don't hear it again.
Yes, So you actually need the vaccines. If not, those diseases will come back. So you don't have to be anti-vaccinations. Vaccinations are one of the best gifts of science to us as human beings. We're able to live longer. Children can live longer. We can live longer. As you just get your 3 doses of hepatitis B vaccine, and you can be protected from that. So it's one of the greatest inventions for science. So in the future now, we are seeing more things come up, AI, in medicine and a lot. So we expect that more things will be coming up that will promote the healthcare industry, promote well-being generally.
Well, I hope that those medical advancements come to this part of the world, because let's be honest, other parts of the world they're more advanced than we are right now, but we hope that, the government's looking to advance in healthcare system in the country. Thank you so much, Eddie, for coming. Before we go, what are your last words before we call it a wrap on the health and wellness segment? What do you have to tell people, especially, young people in the market, people that might not, really
Malabites and
Malabares
Malabares,
that might not really, know so much about, the
Yeah.
medical shenanigans. For some people, they don't believe that, they need to go to the hospital, they need to have, proper health education. So what do you have to tell them?
Okay. So just is a summary of everything we've discussed here. You have to complete your dose of drugs. If you're taking anti-malaria, make sure you complete. And let me just say this: you are supposed to take your first dose, like if you take it today by 7 a.m. The next dose should be 8 hours later. That is
Okay.
second dose. It's usually on the packet.
Yeah.
Some of us
Mm.
just
We don't-
yes. So you're supposed to take the second dose 8 hours later. If not, that malaria will come back. That's why you be treating malaria
Yeah.
every month or every 4 months. It's not supposed to be so. We are in a malaria endemic region, no
Yeah.
doubt, but still you should not be just taking because you're not taking the drugs properly. So make sure you are completing the dosage properly. You look at your friend looks ill, and you're like, no, go to the hospital, not let me take you somewhere. There's a herb. Somebody gave me a drug. No, you're not a healthcare professional. You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So you can't refer and prescribe your own drug for another person. So that, and also like generally just make sure you verify the sources of information you are getting about your health. Make sure you are confirming with a qualified healthcare professional, a doctor, a pharmacist, and all of that. So yeah, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you very much, Eddie, for coming and educating and enlightening us about a lot of things that we might know about these things, but lots of people listening might not know about it, or they might know about it but take it for granted. So thank you for laying emphasis on these things. Well, that's so much we can take on the health and wellness segment. We're going back to the music. When we come back, we're going to continue the rest of the morning meals right here. We're going to go 123.5 FM. I'll leave it in the hands of David O and Faith. This one says, Kante, do not move away from the radio set. We'll be back before you know it. 9 a.m. Good morning, Calabar. Welcome to the News Flash on Unicorn Radio International, 103.5 FM, Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. My name is Vine Henshaw. Here are the top headlines of the hour. Starting from campus news, Professor Ofiong reiterates commitment to sustain channel of communication with host communities. On the state news, Carnival Thanksgiving. City Boy movement celebrates Otu's leadership in Cross River State. On the national scene, Buhari's son declares interest in Rep's seat. Away from Nigeria, Trump not worried that bombing Iran power plant could be war crime. In the world of entertainment and lifestyle, actor Afford calls out Governor Ayedatiwa over bad state of schools, others in Ondo State. Lastly, in sports, Nigeria absent as CAF confirms 16 teams for U17 AFCON 2026. Detail of all these and more coming up by 1 p.m. If you have news reports from your areas, hostels, departments, and faculties, please call our news hotline on 0809 4444 You can also follow us on all our social media handles. On Facebook, we are Unicorn Radio International. On Instagram, TikTok, and X, we are Unicorn Radio. Please do away with any form of discrimination and nepotism as we strive to build a united nation. And always remember, as Malabites and Malaverses, we are known for reasonable action. My name is Vine Henshaw. Stay tuned and keep it locked right here on Unicorn Radio International, 103.5 FM Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria. The morning bus show continues with Vine, Sharon, and Obi Thompson. Good morning. that was Azizam by Ed Sheeran. It's still the morning buzz right here on Miracle 123.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it ADU infotainment. And you still have Sharon, Obi Thompson, and myself, Divine Henshaw, right here in the studio, and together we're going to ensure that you have the very best time this morning. Right now, we're moving to the next segment of the show, which is the top story segment right here on the morning buzz on Miracle 123.5 FM. So, just move straight to Cross River News because of time. We have a press release from the Cross River State Police Command, and it says, found child, police seek public assistance in identification. The Cross River State Police wishes to inform the general public that a yet to be identified child was found on Monday, 6th April 2026 at about 8:30 within the premises of St. Bernard Catholic Church, Akim. The child was brought to the police by a security guard attached to the church after he was discovered wandering within the premises. Efforts to obtain useful information from the child proved unsuccessful as he could neither state his name, address, nor identify his parents or guardians. Preliminary findings suggest that the child may have either been abandoned or lost his way. The child is currently in proactive custody at Akin Police Station, where adequate care and safety measures have been put in place pending identification. Members of the public who may have information regarding any missing child or who can assist in identifying the child or locating his parents or guardians are kindly urged to report to Akin Police Station or contact DPO 080-6733-9179 or PPRO 070-6797-7330 or the nearest police station. The command assures the public of its continued commitment to the protection of lives and properties, particularly for valuable members of society. Signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Echiopa Sunday. What do you make out of this?
So this is a very good news. Going to the fact that we're already approaching election here, a lot of things usually happen within this period. Especially when it has to do with what happened in Zuba some times ago, where we have the Zuma Rock. Where it was discovered that there were some places where allegedly most politicians use little children of those nature for kind of sacrifices and all of that. And here we're having such a child being picked up. I think it's just a good news to see that this child have been picked up, and of course proper investigation is being carried out to ensure that the owners of this child come for identification and collection of this child, because I do not want to subscribe or believe that that child was pushed away from the home or probably ran away from the home because of domestic violence or maltreatment and all of that. So I just want to believe that probably the child lost his way during that festive period and all of that. Outside of that, I think it's quite important for the families of those children to come out to claim this child, just so that we'll not have the police being tired. But in case the family do not come out, that is if truly either the child was pushed out of the house and all of that, I think the Ministry of Women Affairs will have to take care of that child, and then the government would also make provisions for the safety of that child until whenever the family comes to claim the child.
Well, I'm happy that the child is in good hands, great custody. So that's what gives me joy, and we hope that the parents and the guardians of that child comes to claim that child as soon as possible. Now, moving on to the next story, we spoke about something yesterday. It's tragic, but it's funny at the same time.
Okay.
So we spoke about the whole Passion of Christ drama, how people are playing Jesus, and how it's becoming a caricature. So we have man dies and never rose while acting Passion of Christ in
The
Cross River.
headline alone is fun.
It's funny. That's why I said it's funny and tragic at the same time. So it reads: for years, the faithful at Holy Cross Catholic Church in Ugeb, Yaka local government area of Cross River State gathers every Good Friday to witness a familiar face carry the cross. Michael Obetem, fondly called Englishman, did not just act the role of Jesus Christ, he lived in it with a quiet devotion that made the annual Passion Play deeply personal for many. But this year, the story ended differently. The 40-year-old 2012 mass communication graduate of the University of Cross River State, Unicross, stepped on stage as he always did, committed, prepared, and reverent. According to church members, it was a role he had embodied year after year, becoming almost irreplaceable from the solemn ritual of Good Friday. Then, in a moment that has left an entire community in shock, tragedy struck. Eyewitnesses say the incident occurred during a dramatic sequence involving stimulated gunpowder effect. What was meant to heighten the realism of Christ's suffering reportedly went horribly wrong as the discharge accidentally struck Obetening in the head while he was on stage. The source told newsmen, every year on Good Friday, Mike always takes part in the Passion of Christ drama, playing the role of Jesus. No one imagined this would be the outcome. What followed was a desperate race against time. Friends and parishioners rushed him to the Federal Medical Center in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. But as his condition worsened, he was referred onward to Enugu for more advanced care. The journey, however, ended in heartbreak. A close friend who was with him confirmed that Mike passed away on arrival in Enugu, another source disclosed. In death, as in life, Oberton left behind a story layered with haunting symbolism. What do we make of this?
Okay, so I think before now we've had a lot of great men who have famous world Hollywood actors who have also lost their lives. We have the likes of Heath Ledger. We also have the likes of Brandon Lee. We also have the likes of River Phoenix. We also have Philip Seymour Hoffman. We also have James Dean. We also have Paul Walker and so many others. In fact, Chadwick Boseman. I have to think about Murphy, and Anton Yelchin. There are a lot of persons who have lost their life, acting this particular, role play. But there again, I just want to ask just few questions, which I know wouldn't have an answer because I keep fearing why this particular incident took place, and then the next thing he was rushed to Enugu. And so we are asking the simple questions like, what happened? What happened that this particular guy was not rushed down to teaching hospital? Why was he not rushed down to why was he not rushed down to General Hospital in Uge? Why was he not rushed down to, this is exactly what we're talking about, just like we talked about the health sector. So why are we not having all of these facilities, emergency facilities, working in those respective communities?
Well,
and it has to be rushed down to Enugu State. You can imagine that.
What's the healthcare system like in Yakala?
So that's to show you that we do not even have anyone existing. For them to rush somebody rather than coming to. So are we now saying that from Uge down to Calabar is more distance far than from Uge to Enugu? Do you understand? So you can imagine. So why not the Ebonyi State? And so why did they have to rush him down to Enugu? Such a far distance. So that's what we're saying. Now I think we have a big problem in our dear country. And then again, don't forget that I have been maintaining that. And one person who, if I get to be the governor of the state or president of the country, will have to stop that madness. We'll have to stop it. Let the ones we have seen before, let's go and watch the video. When it is time, all of you gather one place and watch the video. We will support you with, loudspeakers and all of that. We will buy fuel. We will provide this. Of course, there will be steady electricity supply with 3.3 trillion. Okay, so I think we shouldn't have to be acting this at all times. So this is why. And then somebody was asking, why do they have to use all of these kind of things on the stage? Do you understand? Like they always say, this is what they usually do. Do you understand? I think this time around, they get it wrong. Do you understand? So we shouldn't subscribe to it's witchcrafty or something must
Sharon.
have happened and all of that. So I
Sharon,
think it's just
did I mention
it's just that
witchcraft?
one moment in a man's life
Did I
that
mention
you've been
witchcraft?
doing something and then one particular day you just get it wrong.
See,
That's just it.
there's a difference between what's the passing message and putting your life at risk
At
in
risk.
the process.
Yeah.
Because I don't see why gunpowder is used to portray the
Well, they
passion
tried
of
to
Christ.
make it as realistic as
I
possible.
think that's supposed to be
And realistic as possible, and they didn't put the nails in his palms. So they should have done that.
The one we know that is like very common, yeah, they didn't use those effects, and we keep watching them, and we get the feel of how
The effect
yes,
in Yaka.
effect. we get the feel of
please, don't
what's
call us out.
I'm
Don't call us
not.
out.
I'm just being realistic.
I don't know this particular woman who acted the role of Jesus in this particular 2026 edition. I'm being told that she lost her life as well.
Interesting.
And like, how the hell? What? I don't want to just want to use this L word,
Well,
but
yesterday
what the hell?
I was not in support of Thompson and Sharon when they said that this whole thing should stop. But now I'm seeing reasons why this whole thing should be stopped. If you want to watch the whole crucifixion,
Go
Honestly,
watch the one we have already.
honestly, the
YouTube.
Bible is actually there for you to read.
if you want a visual interpretation of
Yes.
the whole thing, you can watch it online on YouTube, Netflix, wherever. Just go and
Yeah,
watch it online.
because-
And if you see
Risking
this
your life.
particular woman, like if you see this particular woman, you will know that there is something wrong with us. Trust me. Like this is an old woman. So I asked, so the entire congregation, why did the pastor play the role?
Mm.
Do you understand? So why didn't the pastor play the role? And this was the woman, and then she was, I don't know whether she was tied and bundled just to, portray that.
Because
she was
they are
on-
living
and she tied her hair with a black headscarf, and then whether now where they go back grass put for the woman hair look, I think that was just embarrassing.
But at the end of the day,
It was embarrassing.
At the end of the day, I strongly believe that this whole thing should be put to an end, right? If you want to watch the crucifixion of Jesus, go on social media, because at the end of the day, the risk factors are becoming even higher and higher every day. I saw a video where a man was put on the cross, and the cross was so long, like it was,
And he fell.
and he fell off.
And he fell off.
He fell
yeah.
off. So I think the whole thing should come to an end.
Please,
It should-
Jesus died for you not to die.
Do you get? Just go online.
He
watch
didn't
the
die
video.
for you to die on the Easter.
Trying to depict him. He did not die for
Oh
you to
my-
die trying to
And
depict
do you know
him.
the funny thing? The irony of this thing is that the people that are acting the passion of Christ, they're not even acting like Christ most of the times.
At the end of the day, Easter
Uh-huh.
is for us to reminisce on
Yeah.
the sacrifice that Jesus made on the cross for all of us. It's not a time for you to go and die. Please, let us be guided.
Please.
Well, that's much you can take on the top story segment. We'll get back to the music. When we come back, we're going to move to the conversation of the day segment right here on the Morning Buzz. I'll leave in the hands of Taylor Swift. This one says, the fate of Ophelia. The number away from the radio. Sad to be back before you know it. Bellas right here on Beautiful 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it ADU Infotainment. And right now, we're moving straight to the conversation of the day segment. And right now, we're talking about the whole parade of Thanksgiving that happened in Calabar yesterday. It was an interesting show of color and religion. I don't know if any of you saw pictures from the whole parade yesterday, but it had garnered a lot of opinions on social media, and I'm going to read a few of those opinions right here on the show. So I went through social media and I got a few comments from different people concerning the parade of Thanksgiving. Now, the first one is, my state will just be wasting money anyhow. There is God. That's the first one. The second one here says, personally, this carnival is not necessary.
Okay.
Money should have been used to create a sustainable job for the good people across the state. The state is not doing well in terms of production. Now, another one says, just what this administration knows best. Carnivals, seems there's no important work to be done in the states. But I know this shame. Another one here says, if they use this energy in fixing fire service, it would be the best. Every time cannot be about carnivals. Now, there are more and more and more.
And more and
different
more,
time.
yeah.
Yes.
So time, just a few are going to change. And now, a lot of people are asking, is this really a state's priority right now, given that there are a lot of things that need to be fixed, across the state? Just like what somebody just said about the fire service, we've had 2 major fire incidents in Calabar in the space of a month. Space of 1 month, and there's been no significant plan that we know of getting a fire truck and a functional fire service unit in the cross river state system. And we have the Jesus Carnival, where we know that a lot of money is put into ensuring that this thing is done.
Floats that you will not even use again for anything.
You had a lot of floats, and we're asking: is this priority, or it's just a way of ensuring that the citizens of Cross River State, or the residents of Cross River State, get to have fun and just unwind? What do you think?
You see, we have fun when things are set in place.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, I will have more fun when there's lights,
Mm.
when there's enough lights. I'll have more fun when I have.
Mm.
And I know that, okay, I am comfortable where I am. My standard of living is comfortable. I will now come outside and be like, oh yes, I'm happy with the government, so that like things are working right. So I would definitely be free enough to have my own fun. I just want it to be priority. I was drawn to a particular comment a bus driver made in the bus when I was on my way somewhere. Basically, this man, we passed highway, and I think we had fabrication. We passed fabrication along highway road. That construction and fabrication side. We saw a float there that was kept there, and the man said, Kai, see waste of money.
That's the carnival mascot. It's a peacock, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He said, Kai, see waste of money. It's just there.
Mm.
It's just, I was like, okay. So you see, like I feel like Cross-Riverians are thinking almost the same thing, because the comments I'm getting are around the same point with race priority. Things are happening. People are hungry. Healthcare centers are crying.
Mm.
They're crying for help. Like the guests that came here, it was said sometimes the other hospitals are not credible enough. They'll send it to the teaching hospital. There's a lot happening. Fire service is not. We have not even seen the fact that okay, they've started at least trying to restructure the fire service department. A lot of things are going on. Look at the streets of Calabar. Some places are messed up with waste and everything in different places in Calabar, basically. So there's places you can't walk in because the trash is already there, occupying the places that people are supposed to walk.
Mm.
And then the thing we're doing is Thanksgiving for Carnival. We've already had a very large Carnival in December. We all enjoyed ourselves and everything. December was really nice in Cross State.
Mm.
That's enough. It's fine. And then paints on people. What paints on people is the fact that there was no movement along the outside. So that was they were so annoyed. They're like, this is uncalled for. And then also they can't move. Most of them were stranded. They had to walk. And you used to walk like, okay, maybe say you have to be at a restaurant, and then you are coming from a recess roundabout, and you have to be at a restaurant at maybe at a com as is now. You have to walk all the way.
Yeah.
Because there's no, everywhere is blocked and everything. And you're reasoning, you're like, is this the priority? One thing I realized about like Nigeria as a whole, there's misplaced priority so much. Okay, imagine like what our president did now. It's not happening in the country and you change the national anthem. It's like, no. We have everything going on. People are hungry. People are suffering. People are dying. Let's change the national anthem. Misplaced
that's the
priority.
solution.
So I think
Misplaced priority.
on the other hand, before I even talk about that, have I told you guys that we have a new beautiful Nigerian flag at Unica Main Gate? You know, the other one we talked about having pulled off. Yeah, so it's a good one. Yeah, thank you so much, Vice Chancellor and the management team. You know, that was a very fantastic one. And also to add to that, you know, I just want to say that that was far beyond misplaced priorities. You know, that was a kind of a deliberate act to tell Nigerians, tell Cross-Riverians that they don't care. You know, because if they're due, like I keep saying, I am not a party to, you know, free monies and all of that, because and somebody will say, how is that a free money that people work for you, that people will get paid? Yes, people will get paid and all of that, but please, that is a total misplaced priority, and of course, it disrespects to most of us, you know, in the state. Whereas we understand that the Carnival Commission is there to ensure that you know, we have fun. Yes, but then it should be just beyond just you know, wasting resources. You know, it should be something that you have to invest to make more. Because if you look at what just happened, you know, you only you know give up money without expecting anything in return. Rather, you infringed on other people's rights and all of that, and wasted resources and all of that. I have said, if you look at the money spent on just the constituents alone, not to talk about even the governor to even walk and then fueling his tanks and all of that, it's enough for each street in Calabar to have, you know, water. I've been talking about this all the time. You know, there's nothing wrong for us to go to streets and see 2, 3, you know, places where people can fetch water freely, you know, from solar panels and all of that. And there's nothing wrong if the state can generate its own electricity, you know, where people can afford it. Just like we have a Unica, you know, we're able to come up with you know, these solar panels and all of that. There's nothing wrong. The state can do this. You know, this is what we're talking about. What is the commissioner for investment and whatever doing? Do you understand? So why not go there, you know, make this investment, bring it back to the state and allow people to go and work and all of that. It will go a long way. So on wrap up to that, I literally passed through a merciless while that, and trust me, I didn't even pull out my phone to take any pictures. Yeah, whereas it was fun, it was interesting, it was colorful. Yes, that is what we know. Yeah, it was. But if you see the turnout, it was a good thing. We see a lot of religious bodies coming out, you know, joining on the trip. And then I keep asking, is it not the same set of persons as some quarters who were saying, oh, Carnival was wrong? Is it because of the name in quotes? Carnival for, is it Jesus Carnival?
Parade of
Thanksgiving. Okay, so whatever it is. But there again, I think we've said it all that. You know, there's sometimes our government officials do things and they don't really think whether or not it is of importance to the people of Cross River State or not.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, we've unanimously agreed that this is priority. There are other things that the government should look into in order to make Cross River State better. I mean, a lot of things, a handful of things. And it's rather disrespectful and painful to see that the government would, you know, rather do a carnival than, you know, fix basic amenities for the citizens. We cannot have fun all the time. I mean, we cannot be dancing on the road when we are hungry. We cannot be dancing on the road when we don't have good roads. It's just really annoying. But anyway, that's what you can take on the conversation of the day segment. We're going back to the music. When we come back, we'll become to take us through the newspaper headlines this morning. No way from a radio set. We'll be back before you know it.
Okay, welcome back from that short break. So okay, due to lack of time, we can't take you through the newspaper reviews. I'm going to take you straight through the quote of the day. So the quote of the day is: "Your future is shaped less by what you wish for and more by what you repeat daily. Your future is shaped less by what you wish for and more by what you repeat daily. So consistency is the key, no matter what, in achieving your goals." So it's at this juncture we're going to call it a day. We'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same station, 7:30 to 10 a.m. on your favorite radio station, Unicom 103.5 FM. Remember to stay positive, remember to make the best out of your day. From me to you, we're saying good morning.
Shout out to you.
Who don't catch